Hello, Sonia. Beautiful. How are you?
How are you, Anna? I'm very happy to be here.
I'm delighted to have you in our program. I met Sonia 2-3 years ago at an event, personal development event. What else?
Yeah.
And it was sort of, we fell in love with each other just like this. It was so easy to connect with this woman because her heart is massive, is beautiful. She wants to make a difference. Do you know, one of the breaks at that event, we were talking and she was sharing with me all the plans that she had because she wanted to make a difference in the world. Now, not that long later, not even 2 years, it was September, 2 Septembers ago, less than 2 years. In less than 2 years, she's done a lot of work and she's going to tell us about that. And she's making a difference in a lot of people's lives. So the microphone is yours.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you for the introduction. Yes, totally agree. So I think this is the beauty of this personal development event, right? That you meet like-minded people and you meet people that is in this journey of becoming the best version of themselves. And it's a pleasure to meet people like you. And thank you for inviting me here. So we were chatting, and actually it's not easy to define the moment when everything started. It's true that 2 years ago we were in this event, and it was kind of lost. Now I see it from, they say that you cannot connect the dots in front, you only connect the dots moving backwards, right?
Yeah, when you look backwards.
Totally true. Exactly. So at that point, I felt that I was already doing lots of investment of myself, lots of personal development. I'm a psychologist degree and master in leadership and management. I've done lots of investment in my personal growth in all my life. But you know, you only know when you look backwards, right? At this point, when we were meeting 2 years ago, it was in a moment that was in a moment of change, because I was looking for a difference, right? Specifically in my career, I always been well, I've been working in the corporate all my life. I've been working in the corporate over nearly 20 years, right? So it's, well, I'm not old, just I started very young, right? So I all my life I've been working in the corporate. So it was always having in the back of my mind to start something on my own, to start my own project. But I didn't know how to start. I was looking for some help, for some support. I actually wanted to create something, but I didn't know how to. I was looking for inspiration, maybe it was that, right? Mm-hmm. But now that I can see from the future, what was actually holding me back was fear to take the first step. Because okay.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so is that. So I think this is the common denominator when, in general, when we want to do something and we are not following this passion, this desire that we have inside, usually is fear what's holding us back. It can be fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of rejection, right? It can look at different kind of ways. But the thing is, yeah, so what and it's something that you know and you are told again and again in all the events and all the personal development mentors, right? That is something that you need to face. Until you face your fear, you are not going to go to the other side. So all the things you want are in the other side of the fear. And it's something that intellectually, I think we know, right? Or most of us know, but in the practice, it's very scary. It's very scary. So you need to surround yourself with positive people. I think it's important. The first thing I realized is very important, the people you surround yourself, people who is gonna
support you.
Yeah, it's gonna pull you up instead of pull you down, because some people, and it's usually it's not with bad intentions, they try to protect us or protect us from disappointment, from taking risks, and what they are doing is kind of demotivating us, and this is not helpful. So the thing is, this fear was stopping me for years and years and years. And I was in this point, like, that it was like, hey, yeah, yes, I gotta do it, but no, just right, no. And I was here too long. And now I realize why, right? And it's when you look backwards that only in 2 years, as you said, I invested in myself nearly for, 20 years. All my life, I've been interested in personal development. But it was until 2 years that I took this decision. And now when I see what I did different is that. So surround yourself with the people who is helping you to make you feel better, right? People who has already walked the path. So what I believe is a person who is is a step farther of you will never make you feel bad or will never make you feel scared or but the opposite. It's gonna encourage you. Come on, you can do it. Yeah. Come on, let's do it this way. I'm gonna help you, right? So if somebody's kind to tell you to be careful and thinking on the risk, is somebody who is in the first side of the fear. It's not in the other side of the fear. Yeah.
What and I can see,
you need to listen to the other people if you want to progress.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What I can see here, Sònia, or correct me if I'm wrong, but what I see is because of fear, you were where you were rather than being where you wanted to be. And it was overall the people around you, your environment, who was telling you, don't go there, it's scary, you don't know what's there, oh, you might fail. And that would be the people that you grew up with, maybe your family, maybe your friends, maybe your relatives, your culture, in one word, your culture. And then you had to step out from that environment, go into a different environment where you could be you. All those people that you left behind, what's your take on them? Yeah. What I see from them, because I mean, most of us have been there, is that they don't know what they don't know. They are fearful of what they don't know, and they know, well, it's safer if you continue doing exactly what we tell you to do, because that way you'll be free and you won't suffer, but you won't have any joy either. I think they don't understand that they are killing our dreams by protecting us, sort of. They don't protect us, they kill us. Does it make sense?
Yeah, totally. No, it's just, you described it very well, Anna. So it's that, right? So the people you grow surrounded by, they have this life that maybe they are happy with, right? But it was not in myself, inside me. I knew for very long. I felt like, I don't know, I wanted more. I wanted to, is just this what it is? It's only that? I could not accept that, right? So, and I saw other people around. I said, maybe it's just that. Maybe I should be more, I don't know, grateful for what I already have and not be so ambitious, right? So I kind of feel bad to want to improve and want to grow and want to aim for more.
Not in life could be could be very dull, really.
Yeah, so what was in a way that just to, as you said, to become the most authentic version of myself, to meet a higher version of myself, if I can put it in this way, right? So because I knew that I was growing, it's like your higher version is calling you to meet herself, right? So it's like your future version is calling you. Come on, I'm here. You come for it. It's something inside you. Call it your heart, your soul, whatever it is inside you that is pulling you so strong that you don't know why, but you just want to go. And rationally, so from your heart is just going farther, right, and grow. But around you, rationally, it's like your mind saying, are you sure? Why do you want to be more? Come on, you are already good. You have already a good job. You have already family. You have already, But so we are trying to fool ourselves, right? Pretending
that's just the chattering, is the monkey chat.
Yeah, totally. So it's this opposite, right, between your heart, but you know that you are here you're here for something greater, for something bigger, right, to impact other people's lives. But your mind is trying to tell you to protect you by keeping you in your comfort zone, by keeping you in the fear's control, right? Because when you grow and you change is like it's like the old self is dying. It's like the death of the old self, right? And your fear is trying to not the old self don't want to die. So it's going to fight for it. I don't know if this helps to it, but it's how I understand. So for your new self to arise and to birth, the old self needs to die. And with it, unfortunately, I don't know if for good or for bad, some people around yourself also are going to disconnect of you. So you're going to lose people in this journey because just in the way your new frequency or your new vibration is not matching with their vibration. And this is good because you make room for other people. So we are too afraid sometimes to lose people, or we try to please people, or we try people to like us, and they are not the right people for helping us in this journey of personal growth, right? So if they, of course, I don't want anybody, I don't want to lose anybody, but if some people disconnect from me because they are not in the same journey, I'm going evolving, and they are not accepting that, or it's fine. I know that other people will arrive in my life. I will attract other different people that will help me to evolve.
I suppose it goes both ways, doesn't it? I mean, they don't have anything for you. They don't mean anything in your journey because it's different. You're going in this motorway and they're going in this little path, or the other way around.
Yeah, and
but
maybe
you cannot.
The moment you were crossing paths was good for both. You both growth in the way you needed to grow, and you got what you needed, and they got what they needed, and that's okay. And now everybody follows different paths, and there is no resentment, nothing, right? So I wish the best for everybody, and I'm happy, open to meet other people. But it's very important that. So I realize it's very important the people you surround yourself and the people you listen to, because everybody is just trying to put their fears in you, to put their limiting belief on you. So you have to protect
yourself,
your belief, your trust, your faith, your desire from other dream killers you said before. Yeah.
They knew you because it's just a baby.
Exactly. So this is liberating. This is the closest to freedom that I experienced in my life, right? So I can say that I moved from living the life, life was happening to me, right? Or living the life that others will expect me to live. And now taking the lead or creating the life I want to create without paying attention with other people tell me other people's expectations. I'm not afraid of disappointing other people because I believe what I'm doing is aligned with who I am and who I want to be, who I want to become. So when you are clear on that, the things just, rearrange itself and happen.
Yeah, you decided to live life in your own terms, and now things start to happen to you faster.
Totally, because when you are clear on what you want, you can differentiate who you are going to listen to, who you are not going to listen to, the opportunities you want to take, the opportunities are not for you, so you are very clear, you are focused, you know where you are going.
Yeah, that makes such a big difference. It's like going to a taxi driver and say, Mr. Taxi Driver, take me there as fast as possible, rather than go to the taxi driver and, just drive.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going. Let's see. Yeah, totally.
Oh, look, that's a park there. Yeah, that's a park there. Oh, look, there's a tree there. Yeah, it's completely different.
It's very important, and especially for us women, right? Because in the society that is very masculinized, and we are maybe too used to be people pleasers and be the nice girl and make sure everybody thinks we are, trying
conforming.
They like us. Yeah, and we don't put, especially we are specialists on don't put our needs first and put other people's needs first, and we live the life of others, right? And we feel guilty, we feel selfish when we go and we are clear. No, this is what we are going to do. Of course, we don't want to be mean, and we don't want to be, we are not doing this in purpose. It's just we put our needs first, because when we do that, we can impact more people in the positive ways. When we are the best version of ourselves, we can impact more positive to other people. When we love ourselves, is when we can love other people.
That's a massive, 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 massive point that you're stressing there. Because in the program with us girls, we're programmed to put other people's needs first. We second, be quiet, don't be seen, don't be heard, don't move, don't. Good girls, do, which is just be quiet, don't do anything. And serve the others. And it's like give them the food first and then you eat last. And by doing that, it's counterintuitive, but we serve others worse.
Yeah.
Because when we look at ourselves first, when we love our first, we radiate this beautiful energy that we can see in you now. And that's because you are in line with who you are, with your purpose and with your higher self, soul, heart, whatever you want to call it, as you said before. But by pleasing that inner self of you, then you have more energy to give away. And that way you can give more. And you will be giving more in what you're good at, which is whatever gift you have. So ladies out there, it's the other way around. Think about it. We serve better if we look after ourselves first.
Totally, and this is something that we are not taught in the schools, right, or in our families or in society.
No.
It's very important we do this investment in ourselves, in our personal development, to love ourselves, to put our needs first. It's like I compare when you go to the airplane and they say put the mask, oxygen mask, yourself first before kids, and it's because of that. Only when you are safe, only when you are happy, people around you will be happy.
Yeah, and we become magnets. We become magnets.
It's very important our role in the emotional part we play, right, in the society in general. We need more feminine energy to balance.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. Yeah, you were talking before about the masculine energy that we live in, which again, masculine for the masculines, for the males. But let's step more into our feminine. That way men can be maler. They don't feel threatened by being in our polar opposites. We're more in tune, actually. Yeah. Something that we tend to do in the past as women is to fight against each other, to talk badly about one another rather than supporting one another. But maybe because we were within that male energy, which is competition. What would you say about that?
Yeah. So, well, first of all, to make clear that masculine energy is not male and feminine energy female. We both have both. Okay?
Exactly. Yeah.
But it is true that men are more tendency to connect or to express more the masculine, and women should, right? Or it's something that naturally, it's not should. It's like we born as naturally more connected with our feminine side, but society make us change. So society make us, so this is why we are unbalanced. We are inside feminine, but like kind of forced for external circumstances in the corporate, in jobs, in society in general. We are kind of forced to be more masculine because this world is very competitive. And women, we thrive when we are collaborating, when we are supporting each other, not in the competitive. Sometimes it looks like we want to be more masculine than the male themselves, right? So it's not our nature. Right?
Yeah.
I'm sure some women maybe are more connected to the masculine. This is not a
perfect.
Yeah, totally 100% rule, but in general, right? So it's this balance, and to balance the society, women, we have a very important role because there is already lots of masculine energy out there. We don't need to give more. The opposite. We need to give more feminine energy. So what's feminine energy? Well, masculine is everything that is action driven, right? This is giving, doing, thinking, this kind of do. And the feminine is more receiving, feeling, being in the present moment, right? Masculine is more in the future. Feminine is more present. Is the energy of being present and receive and just feel.
Holding, energy. Keeping the space, right? Holding, allowing, nurturing.
Exactly. It's very important that we reconnect with this part of ourselves to bring balance to our lives. We will feel much empowered, because some people can feel this is like the opposite of leadership, but it's not. It's even more powerful. The feminine leader is more powerful. The leader who leads with the heart is more powerful than a masculine leader, from my point of view at least, right? And I think it's very necessary out there nowadays.
Yeah, I also agree with you that it's just different kinds of leadership.
Totally.
Yeah,
So,
one is more the group. For us women, I think is more about the group, is the power of the whole group. And for men is one, the leaders, the individual leaders.
men is more rational and women is more about feelings. Feminine is more about feelings, about the heart, about, and this is what we need. So we need to empower more women to help them to connect with the feminine side. Yeah. I think it's very important. So instead of following our heart and not being afraid to be seen, because this is also showing our light, our true self openly. Be vulnerable. This is very feminine as well. Be vulnerable and share how we learn, right, from our mistakes and connect with other people and help other people to become better.
I suppose that the main lesson is it's okay to be like this. It's okay to be me. I'm good enough. I deserve it. Exactly. I can make mistakes. I can work with others in a community. I don't need to win every race I run.
Exactly. It's totally, it's changing this chip, right? That is about competition, about being first, about winning. It's a totally new paradigm.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah,
tell us more about your project. You're talking about your project. I want to do something. You felt oh, give us more details about that.
Well, so the thing is, as I was saying before, right? I always just follow what life was happening. Life was happening to me. I was just following, and what I thought maybe my parents or the society will expect of me, and went to school, have good grades, have a university degree, have a good job, and then growing in the corporate, trying to go in the ladder of the hierarchy and become better and improve, because I was told this is what I should do, right, as a path of career progression.
Mm-hmm. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. We map it up for you. Just follow.
Exactly. Successful woman, right?
That way.
Yeah. So, but it was this couple of years ago, right? That it was a moment that I realized when I had to decide. Eventually, was this moment I had to decide if I wanted to grow further, right? If I wanted to grow further in the corporate, because I had this possibility to go a step beyond. And I saw, I had like this argue between my heart and my mind. This is what you should do, and this is what I don't want to do, right? Or why are you gonna do that? Why are you gonna invest more time or energy, be exhausted in a job that actually is not, well, yeah, I'm not gonna say I was not happy, but was not fulfilling me 100%. I knew that I can do more here. And I always wanted to be my own boss, right? It's something that I think as a part of personal development, entrepreneurship is in our DNA. It's something that entrepreneurs in personal development is very aligned. So you are not 100% until you, it's about also believe and follow your dream and go beyond this fear of what's going to happen. Why if I'm not successful? Why if I don't make clients? Why if I don't know? I'm already comfortable here with my salary, with my job, I'm secure, I'm safe. And it was this fear, right? So this is how I found a way to be able to have both, right? Or to this shift in a way that was it felt good to me. I was comfortable, and it aligned with my passions. So if I was thinking to myself, what is what I would do if I was not, what I would do even if I'm not paid, right? What's my hobbies? What are my passions? So for me, it's personal development, it's leadership and empower people to create more leaders, and it's traveling. traveling the world. So this is how I found a way for me to do the three things together. And it's this new project that I'm creating since then, right? So I did this ship, I jumped, and now I'm on the other side. And not only that, so also because of this experience, right, of these two, especially all my life, as I said, but especially these last 2 years, I invested strongly, very strong in my personal growth, attending lots of personal development events and with my own experience itself. But I was documenting everything because when it's part of my personality. When I attend an event, I try to take notes of everything. And after maybe I don't read them anymore, but I take notes because it's a way that I can, I think the work is more inside. I interiorize more the work, taking notes. So
to take it in, to take it all in better,
take the most of it. And I realized that doing different mentors, because I like to have different kind of points of view, right? Different mentors, business, spiritual mentors, and personal coaches. So all these people were saying actually the same, but just in different words, right? They put in different words, but actually it was saying the same. And I was like taking notes and realized that was this missing piece, right? That despite investing all my life in personal development, I never passed this click, right? So it was like nearly there all the time, but never went further. And the reason, now I see, the reason is I didn't invest in myself enough. So the fear, well, one thing was the community, as I said, the people you surround is very important. But the other thing I think is very important is to go beyond the fear of investing in yourself. And this is money fear. So this is about spending money in your growth, in your personal growth, right? In going beyond the basic.
Which is deserving. It's deserving. You didn't feel you were deserving that money.
Self-worth, totally. And eventually everything is about self-love and self-worth, right? So I didn't feel worthy enough to invest this amount of money in myself. But for example, I was investing it in an apartment, in rent, in a nice dress, in a nice bag, right? Handbag or shoes, but not in my personal growth, right? Not in myself. So there was this shift as well that helped me to, as I said, in these 2 years. But I didn't grow in 10, 15 years. I did it in 2 years because of many things, but especially these two things. The people you surround yourself and forget about the fear about investing in yourself and go for the best coaches, the best mentors. Go for them and invest in yourself. Of course, implement what you are. But when you invest so much, so high, it helps you to implement because you said, after all this money, now I have to do it, you know, and this is the guarantee that is going to move you further. So I was saying, I was documenting all this, right, in these last 2 years, putting all together and realizing that they were saying the same. So I kind of do like a summary, like, you know, to make, to understand better, to see, okay, what exactly here, right? What we are talking about. And
what are the keys?
Together,
what are the keys?
What I was missing. And then when I had it, I did all this work. When I had it, I said, okay, why I want to keep this for myself? I want to share it with everybody, right? So this is what I created in this book I was showing before, but just it's coming from the oven, how to create the life you desire, right? So
well done.
Thank you. So I'm very proud of it. And it's exactly this, right? So it's all this discovery that I, especially in the last 2 years, with all these mentors, all this investment, high investment I've done in myself, put it all together, summarize, and share this for the person who is ready. Because this is not basic personal development. You have to already be invested in yourself before, because it's advanced level. Okay, so it's something that it is you invested in yourself and you still are not in this click moment, then this is gonna give you the awareness. Give you the awareness you need to take the decision that is gonna make this change for you. It's gonna make this happen. So what I'm saying, if you want, Anna, we can share the link of the book because I have a PDF free download page. If anybody is interested, I will be happy to share it for free for the person who is seeing this video and wants to learn more and is ready. and committed to implement the work and ready for the next step of their growth.
That's fantastic. That's so generous of you, Sonia. That's so generous. That's so kind. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. I will be happy to help as many people as I can.
Fantastic. What I see here, I've summarized my own view of this, but let's see what you say about this.
Tell me.
Step number, well, the Sonia that I see in front of me now and the Sonia that I met a bit less than 2 years ago is different. It's the same shell, although it's more shiny. There's this radiance coming through. There's these eyes bright, and this smile coming from the heart. Is a big difference, big difference. And what I see here is that number one, you need to say, do you have to stop at some point and say, what is it that I want? Is there more to life? So the number one thing was defining exactly what you wanted. Then you identified, that would be number two, you identify what's on the way between what I am and what I want to be. And you identify its fear, its environment, etc. You had to learn something new. What am I going to get the information that I need to go from where I am to where I want to be? Not where I am now, because I would get more of the same. I need to learn something new. And then there was another fear, which is, am I worthy to spend money, to invest time, money, and energy into bettering myself? Oh, hell yeah, we do.
Totally,
that was a double whammy, I think, because it was number one, I deserve more. That's number one. And number two was actually getting that information, that mentorship from others. So that was amazing. And then you applied it. You applied what you learned from others. And the last step is that you have embodied all that, and now you share it with others, which is awesome. Awesome.
Thank you, Anna.
Would you like to summarize?
Yeah. I think, so no, totally, it's that 100%. So what I just took a couple of notes here, because I want to say, I believe that it's not, well, ideally it should not be like this, but the reality it is that we usually don't ask for help or don't take action unless we feel the pain is very bad.
Too big, yeah.
And this is a pity, but it's true. So we can take action for two different reasons, because we are just too uncomfortable and we need to jump and we need to do something, or because we want to improve, because we see the future is very good and we want to go there, but we are, as I said, too comfortable. I think in our society we are too comfortable, and we say, actually, I'm not that bad, so it's okay. So we not only, but usually take action when things are very bad. So what I would encourage people, don't wait until things go that bad for us for help. Do it now. You have to do it anyway, because the thing is, when we are quiet, again, about the feminine and masculine, right? Masculine is doing, keep busy. Feminine can relax, can be quiet and alone with her thoughts and listening to her feelings, right? And then realizing and be more aware when something is going on, is not feeling good. But what happened that we usually feel this and we try to not pay attention. This is nothing, I'm fine. Again, with the mind, I'm fine. Trying to hide this, your heart is asking for help, your soul is, please help, do something about it. But our mind is, it's okay, it's not a problem, I'm fine. Look, I'm trying to distract, watching TV or doing things, being busy, Sometimes we are too focus on our work, workaholic, right? Bringing work at home, just to not sit with our feelings and our thoughts.
Yeah.
The pain that is screaming, and we are not listening.
Yeah,
but
to avoid
thinking. It's not going to
Yeah.
disappear. So we can maybe hide it for a few days, months, weeks, whatever, but it's going to come back. So as soon as possible, do something about it, because it's your soul calling you and say, do something about it. So when you feel this pain, don't try to distract your mind. Just listen and ask for help. So ask for mentors, coaches. There is lots of resources. Just go for the best, as I said. Don't Now that I see back, I was in the past, one of the mistakes, if there is mistakes, is that I went for I always looking cheaper. There are no quick free fixes. Google, free things, and it's like when you invest and you go for the best, when you really are doing this shit, right? So if I would just say, listen your pain, take action, and go for the best to invest in yourself because you are worth it. And because you are gonna spend time, your values time, your life, your happiness, and you're gonna do it sooner or later. So you have to do it. Why you wanna wait? Why you wanna wait to have the results that you deserve and you want, and the change you want for you in your life, right? So this is one thing. And identify. The other thing is to identify, because sometimes we don't know when we are about to do a change that is positive for us. We can also feel fear. Right? So how to identify when it's fear, but we need to do it anyway, or it's something that is not aligned with ourselves, right? I don't know if this makes any sense, because it's like, okay, this is what I want to do, or this is fear because I'm about to change and I have to go through this fear. So this is something that is awareness. So
is the monkey? Is it the monkey talking, or is the heart?
Exactly. And this is sometimes because the heart is usually very quiet,
very subtle, very subtle.
So if it's strong, it's fear, right? It's the mind. So if it's the heart telling you, go for it, so it's about quieting your mind. And this takes practice. I know it takes practice, and you need to, again, invest in yourself, do some training, right? And learning about yourself, because only nobody knows you yourself better than you, right? So, and with the right help, the right support, you will be easier to identify, and then you can correct and move forward.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it was this director who said that when the heart speaks, it's only a whisper. We need to connect with that whisper and be silent and quiet in our minds to be able. And well, Greg Redden says the same, is if it's short answers and straight to the point, those answers are coming from the heart. If it's very long and complicated and giving you tons of reasons, that's coming from your brain. Yeah. And sometimes
again, nobody teaches that, right? So it's something that you need to find outside, because people just go like automats, and and this is we need more investing in our mental health, in our feelings, talking more about this. This is why videos like this are so helpful, and we need to do more of that, because it's these people that feel in this situation and they are lost, and they look around and they said, what? Everybody's the same, so maybe this is it, this is normal.
No. This community we're creating here, we are all the black sheep.
Exactly. Proud black sheep.
Contact us.
Rebels.
Contact us, because know that you are not alone, sister. You are not alone.
Totally.
We're all black sheep. But all around me, there at the beginning, it was the same for you, because you were talking about this. All the people around you, they were all white sheep, and you were wearing that white coat, even though there was a black one underneath. And then there's a moment when half of the herd is black, half of the herd is white. But then it comes a point when it doesn't matter what you look at, everybody's a black sheep.
Yeah. So I was considering myself a dreamer, always like a lot of imagination since I was a child. And as adult, I was keeping this imagination, or this daydreaming. And when I was sharing with people around me in the past, right, I felt like I was childish, that is like, come on, grow up, so too many movies, too many Disney movies, this kind of thing. It's like, okay, maybe it's me. I thought it was a problem with me, and until I discovered that there's plenty of black sheep, that just I didn't know them. So it's and I'm very proud. So this is who I am. I don't want to change just to please other people or to fit in other people's expectations.
Yeah, actually something that I was thinking about this weekend was for us to know what is it that's inside us. Because as we grow up, because they're telling us what to do, follow this path, don't always this path and straight, never straight, always straight. If too much time happens in between, we might lose contact with who we are. And then I thought, well, what did I enjoy doing when I was a girl? And that's something that I would say to all women and all men out there. What was it that you loved doing when you were a boy or a girl? Was it, I don't know, playing with cutout dolls? Maybe your thing is clothes. Was it teaching? For me, I used to teach my markers. I didn't have other children or other siblings, so my markers, I put them a little face and something. I dressed them somehow, and they were my pupils. And I was teaching them in a foreign language that I didn't speak, obviously. But I was teaching then and writing and reading dictionaries, so it was
you feel yourself, right? What you enjoy doing, and then they program you. The society, the school,
exactly. What gives you money to pay for the bills?
Intention, of course. They have their own beliefs that they project to you, and then you get to be a person that you were not. Just you are made of these other people, and you need to get rid of these programs, and it's not easy. And some of them were heredados from your
inherited. Yeah.
So but it's your responsibility to get rid of them and work on, become again yourself, your pure self, your authentic self.
Plus, we need to be realistic. We need to pay bills at the end of the month. So it's okay to have a job, even if it's not the job. But make sure, like Sònia, make some time at the end of the day to go for your goals. Even if it's just daydreaming. Just daydreaming is not just, is making the blueprint happening in the field. And then things will appear in front of you as if by magic. Because it was the traveling, the teaching, the being with other people, and oh wow, I can do this here. I had never thought of that. You don't need to know how that's going to happen, but make sure that you know what it is that you want, and that will appear.
And of course, you said a very good point here. So this is not about, come on, let's quit the job and let's travel the world. So it's a balance, because of course, at the beginning, maybe you feel very brave. I said, of course, I can do whatever. I'm creating my life, and you jump there. But sooner or later, you're going to panic, right? So, and when the panic arrives, the fear is going to make you drown. Boom. And, so you have to do it in a way that it makes you feel, of course, you need to be, as I said, above your comfort zone, beyond your comfort zone, outside your comfort zone, but step by step by step, because you go like crazy, the fear, you're going to panic. And the way Felix explained about the emotions, like in a ladder, right? So being fear the lowest, and love one of the highest, and in the middle of the emotions. So you cannot jump from the bottom to the top. You just can go on something that makes you feel a bit better, right? And slow, step by step, but moving through the way, the direction you're gonna go. Feeling a bit of stretch in the fear, but no panicking, right? And not make something crazy. We don't want you to take like crazy and just quit everything, and just step by step and doing these adjustments and believe that you can do it. And of course, ask for help, a good mentor who's gonna give you the steps, because it's action, it's belief. I explained this in the book. It's between masculine and feminine, and do the work and believe, and have this balance of the two things. It's not just believe everything will happen. You also have to put your work and take action.
Oh yeah,
the balance of both.
Yeah, things don't. I want a car, and then the kids.
Exactly.
This car. Well.
Yeah.
I want a car. I know the model. Now, how can I add value so that I can get the car? Not even the money to buy the car, because somebody can give me a car.
Yeah. So it's giving something in return. It's not going to appear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I think this is also a good point, because out there are so many people who talk about this kind of, what they say is personal development, but actually is, I think there is lots of misunderstanding, because there is many people who talks about this, to follow your dreams, to follow your passion and become better, but they are not necessarily living that. So they maybe don't talk from experience, and they confuse people.
Yeah.
And they
We
give
call
the
them
wrong
faker
advice.
bakers.
Faker bakers. So what happens because of that? I suppose in every industry. So I suppose in every profession, in every industry, there is the people who's not doing it the way it should be done, and they create the bad publicity or the bad, and then some people get skeptical and they don't believe in that. So it's also important to differentiate the real deal with the people who is just talking, So, and this also takes, I think it's more an intuition or following a person that connects with you and you feel comfortable, because I said there is many mentors, many coaches. So go out there, check all of them, and it's something in the subconscious you will feel. It's something, a person you can trust, that is real, is authentic, and then ask for help or just follow what they are doing, and this is going to be a starting point, I think.
Yeah.
For people who don't know where to start.
I think it makes a lot of sense to follow a mentor who walks the talk. Exactly. Because otherwise there's the line of integrity is just broken. And another thing is, don't blame the project, don't blame your mentor if it doesn't work. If it worked for your mentor, the project does work. It's you. So don't blame anybody. That's because you're not thinking right, or you're not doing right, or you're not feeling right, or you're not adding value, or your fear is still there. But it's about you. It's always you.
It's a work. It's a progress. It's a work in progress. So you and me, we are still work in progress. So I think it's all our life. We're going to be work in progress, right? So this never finishes. It's the beauty. So this is a journey that never finishes, because I want to still meet a better version of me, and then this will want to meet a better version, and then better, until I want to see where I can arrive. Where is the top? And it's never top, because always there is a better version. So it's something that it's a lifestyle. It's not a strategy that you are kind of playing to achieve something. It's a lifestyle.
Exactly. It's about being. It's about being. It's not having.
Is the
it's not
person
having.
You become.
Exactly. It's not having. It's being.
And in the journey you will have, during the way you have gifts, right? But the real reward is the person you will become, and the satisfaction and the inner peace and the young things you will attract in the way. Experience, lots of experience, but you can.
That's a very good point.
Zone.
Yeah, that's a very good point you're making there, because in your case you love traveling, but it's not about I travel, look at me, Facebook, blah blah blah. It's not about that. It's not about showing off. It's about, this is my passion and I'm doing it. I'm inspiring you. You can do the same. But I thrive when I travel, because I learn, because I become a better version of myself, because I overcame the fear of going ahead with this project, because I overcame the fear of getting out of my home, of traveling by myself or finding somebody to travel, or whatever it is. You became a different person. So it's very important to differentiate.
Totally. And this is something that sometimes you put it in words, but it's something that people feel, and it's something that people, this intuition, or this, and you don't know why, but you don't like this person. You don't know why, but this person is I feel, I can relate, right? So it's something that I think there is lots of Baker, you said, right? That they try to pretend they're living the life, and they have not done the inner work. Because it's something that the outside thing is a consequence of the inside, and not the way around. So you cannot, if you build something artificial or you force some outcome, but you have not, it's not supported with a strong inner wall, it's going to be temporary. It's not going to last. So this is why many people, they say that they earn the money, they win the lottery, and 5 years later, they are even more broken than they were before, because they were not the person that, the wealth arrived, like they were not ready. They need to be this person to be able to
hold the wealth.
To hold that. So this only can be supported for a strong inner world. So this is why the personal development journey is is the path, is becoming the person, is the reward. All the other things are going to come as a consequence of the person you are in every point of your life.
Yeah, I've seen some faker bakers that tell you about the shiny objects, and the people that they attract are people who go for the shiny objects, and that's it. So it's just the shell. They might get those shells, but is that fulfilling? Well, I don't know. The mentors that you and I follow, some of them are the same. They don't care about the shiny objects. They just happen. They might have an airplane because they need to travel a lot, and it just happens that it's easier and they can surf better if they have an airplane. But the airplane was not the goal. It's just a tool. So that's the big difference. It's the big difference. Yeah. So it's not the trip. The goal is not the trip, is to become the person who followed their dreams and
following your passions, feeling the freedom, experience, treat yourself, be worthy of experiencing the world with people you love, or alone, or whoever you feel like, right? And don't be afraid, don't allow fear, or I don't know, again, not investing in yourself, or this limiting belief we have, right? That you are only working, and not balancing with enjoying life and living in the present moment, or thinking in the future, saving for the future, and not enjoying what's happening in the meantime. And you wake up one day and say, what I've done with my life, you know? So it is. So it's awareness about, come on, the life is happening now.
And at 30, you blink and then you're 35. But then at 40, you blink and you're 40, you're 50. And at 50, you blink and you're 70.
It's scary, yeah. But this is when I think it's something that when you know that you are doing your best, because of course it's a marathon. This is not something that you run, it's a marathon. You have to do the most you can every day, but without stressing yourself, you know, this balance, masculine again. So it's a marathon, but you feel that you are doing the most that you can every day. If something happens tomorrow, you feel relaxed because it's something that you have enjoyed your life at your max, right? Every day, you're living your life, not waiting for when I will have that, I will start enjoying. No, enjoy now and start doing this, you know, in this balance. Grow within this balance every day. It's a lifestyle again. It's something that you need to do every day.
Yeah, let's make sure if we get run over by a bus tomorrow, we say, yeah, fine.
Yeah, well, whatever. No fingers crossed. but I know, you know what I mean, yeah? So it's something that, because some people it's just, I don't know, they will start living when, I don't know,
when they retire, when the kids leave home.
I want to start traveling when I'm retired. Come on. This is what people's expectation, right? Oh, when I'm retired, they will travel.
No.
What if? But anyway, do it now that you're still young. You can enjoy it. You can do it as well when you're retired. But why wait?
Yeah, figure out a way. You don't need to go to the other side of the world. You can go half an hour from home, and that will still be a trip.
Exactly. Do things that connect you with your heart and make you happy. That is your passion. Live it today. Don't wait for tomorrow. In this balanced and healthy way.
Exactly. And the good news is that makes you younger.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, exactly. Make you younger. True. Yeah, you have a future. Yeah, you wake up full of hope and passion and all these projects and excitement, right? All the things you're creating and living the dream.
Looking forward to the day rather than looking forward to the Friday so that I can get pissed.
Exactly.
And forget about my life until Monday morning.
Yeah, that's very sad, right? People who's just wake on Monday, it's Monday, and then, they don't leave from Monday to Friday night. They don't leave. They're just trying to, these days happen quick to be the weekend, and they only leave the weekend. And all they are waiting for a 1 month holiday or 2 weeks holiday, whatever, right? And they don't enjoy during the year, just wait all year for this holiday. So it's like being sleeping and only waking up a few moments.
Yeah.
Instead of being awake all your life.
I was like that.
Me too. That's why, right? And I feel very very compassionate about my old self there, you know.
Yeah.
But in that moment, you don't see it. You don't see
Yeah.
how it's possible for you. You don't see that you don't feel you deserve it. And actually, it's that. I'm fine without. I don't need that.
Yeah. It's very disempowering. I found it very disempowering because I felt that I was giving my life away to my boss, who owned me from Monday at 8:30 until Friday evening. And even the weekend, I had to go back on Monday. And if I wanted holidays, I had to request them. And only if work allowed. So I was owner of nothing. Owner of nothing. For me,
the slave of
very
the 21st
disempowering.
century. Yeah, being a slave in the 21st century is what's happening for many people.
Yeah,
So
very,
it's very
very
liberating when you are your own hero and you can create the life in your own terms, as you said before, right? So when you are able to make your own money is when you are really free and you don't dependent on a boss or the government or somebody to save you or rescue you, right? When you learn these skills, this is very empowering. And I think it's especially needed in women.
Yeah. Yeah, because if we learn these skills that you're talking about, then we can put perspective into it. It's like, no, nobody owns me. I go here, I get paid at the end of the month, I pay my bills. But then when I leave work, I can do whatever I want and I can create that future that I really want. Plus, I can choose how to see things when I'm at work. I can
make
choose
it happen for yourself.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
give you lots of self-esteem as well and self-confidence.
Oh, yeah.
Self-confidence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very important.
Wow,
what an interesting conversation.
Yes, I
I'm enjoying it.
I absolutely love it. If people want, I'm sure they will, when they want to contact you, where do we send them? We're going to write it down.
I have my website, www.soniacruzoro.com altogether. soniacruzoro.com.
Oro, I'm going to spell that for the foreigners.
Yeah, please.
SONIACRUZORO.
Exactly.
Dot what?
.com.
.com. Okay. So
and if they find me, they search Sonia Cruz Oro also in Facebook or Instagram. They can follow me as well in social media.
Okay. Yeah.
And we can put also the link, as I said, for the book who is interested in reading the book. And I'm sure this will help a lot. And these people who is in this point that about to do the click, this will be the catalyst for sure. And feel free to reach out if I can help with anything. I will be happy.
That's fantastic. That's so generous from you. And remember that if Sonia could do it, you can do it too.
Totally. Yeah. Nobody's so special to be an exception. So everybody can do it.
Everybody can do it. Spread the word. We are a herd of black sheep here, and we're delighted to have more sheep and to create this community where we can thrive, because we can thrive. We don't need to compete. We can thrive. We can hold each other. Thank you so much, Sonia. Beautiful.
Thank you, Anna, for having me here. Love you so much. Goodbye.